this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Aronimink Golf Club in Newton Square, Pennsylvania, bringing you the 2025 Aronimink Open Grand Prix with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local sponsors: Column Advisory, D2 Groups, MAPTA, Quinn Barnes Real Estate, RCM Certified Public Accountants, Total Platform Tennis, Porsche Mainline, Lotus Philadelphia, Xenon, McDonald's, Doan Family Enterprises, Commonwealth Capital, Primal Physical Therapy, Lululemon, Stateside, First Form, Cisco, EAS Water, and Dripped Coffee. And I'm Brad Easterbrook alongside Lauren Mendel, bringing you women's semifinal round action between, well, we got 4 national champions on the court. Gabby Niculescu.
A lot of national championships, yes.
Rodezno, and our second-seeded team of Anna Maria Zubori and Florentina Hanisch. Welcome to the booth, Lauren.
Thanks, Brad. I am really excited to be here. I think before the draw came out, everybody was very curious to see where Niculescu and Rodezno were going to fall, because we haven't seen much of them at all, or certainly not of Rodezno in the last couple of years, and very little of Niculescu. And this is, it's amazing that they're here, and we're going to get to see this matchup. You can see on this side of the court, on the left, is Anna Maria Zubori and her partner in the deuce court, Florentina Hanisch. And on the other side, in the red vest, is Gabby Niculescu and her partner, Marcela Rodezno. And as you said, there's a lot of they're all national champions, and there's a lot of national championships on this court. So this is the cream of the crop, some of the cream of the crop of the women's paddle game in the past 10 years.
Yeah, it's a unique situation when you have a team like this just appear in the center of the draw, and as you said, a lot of anticipation as to where they'll show up. In this case, the people who draw the short end of the stick was Sikora and Morgan, who were seated here and seated third at this event, and they were beaten by Niculescu and Rodezno. And of course, Niculescu and Rodezno, if they were to play the full season on the tour, would be one of the top, 4 or 5 teams in the country without a doubt. They are that good. They are national champions. In Niculescu's case, I believe she's a 3-time national champion. And Rodezno has one with Macy Elliott. So we're looking for a great matchup here. I mean, Niculescu's got an amazing roller, huge forehand, doesn't back down from any volley exchanges. Rodezno's scrappy, plays the screens really well, has solid drives off both wings, not like the big howitzer. And of course, the most creative player on the tour is probably Anna Zubori, who's got she can thump a forehand, she can roll it and quickly in with a blitz. And Hanisch has been driving a lot more lately, Lauren.
Yes, and it's made a difference. It's not safe to go over there. Hanisch and Zubori, it was their first tournament in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and boy, did they play terrifically well, both individually and as a team.
They were great.
And they beat Lopez and Page, who had taken them out the last couple times. So that was a big moment for them.
Yeah, they did. Specifically, we were talking about Hanisch was just adding so much more offense in there, to the point where you could not just put the ball over there and try to ice out Zubori. And on top of that, what they did is they were able to kind of free flow. They brought out the sort of floating eye in that eye formation in the semifinals last year against Lopez and Page, and they're doing it much more seamlessly now. They float into it, then float back, and then you'll see all of a sudden Hanisch right back up at the net with her. They're just doing a great job. I mean, I think a couple of key things to look for are going to be the pace of play. We know that Niculescu loves hitting heavy rollers, and moving the points fast. It could work for her. It could also work against her today. This team is so athletic, Hanisch and Zubori. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I feel like that is one thing that, when Gabby Niculescu started hitting those rollers years ago. Other people hit it, but she just did it so much better than everyone. And now so many players do that so well that the field has sort of had to adapt and learn
She
how
sort
to
of
how to play those
taught
rollers.
everyone how to do it. She was really teaching everyone how to do it. You know,
Exactly,
at the time.
and so it's harder for her to take advantage of that shot now because people have caught up to it and have learned how to deal with it. But I mean, it's still a great shot in her arsenal.
Yeah, so I look forward to a great matchup here. You know, things to look for, I think, will be. Oh, let's let our umpire Nancy Denig.
Semi-final match between Florentina Hanisch to our left and Anna Zubori from Connecticut and New Jersey. On our right, we have Gabby Niculescu and Marcela Rodezno. Niculescu won the toss and they decided to receive. Yes.
All right, so that was our umpire Nancy Denig. And we're going to be underway here in a second. The other things I think that Hanisch is, starting to do more of, she's hitting much better waterfalls and adding slightly more variety into her overheads, basically learning to attack more on many sides of the court, whether it's at the net or in the baseline. She's always been just a spot-on lobber, great volleyer, completely athletic, but by adding these dimensions, she's taking away the one area people were starting to do. They would slow play it in there and basically bait her into driving and then try to take Zubori out of the play. And it would create a dynamic. Now she's crushing returns, and it just allows for so many more opportunities for them. And you mentioned it, they were absolutely fantastic in Chicago.
Good view of the fabulous paddle setup at the Aronimink Club.
Yeah, it's a great point, Lauren. They've done an amazing job here. Tournament directors J.C. Cotto and Alex Mascioli. And Alex was just played in the quarterfinals here, so he had a great tournament result and, just had a really good hand in doing some good work here. But director, J.C. Cotto, kudos. You could hear in our opening tournament support for this event has been off the charts, and the event they're doing here is off the charts. So the Philadelphia community, kudos to them and to everyone here, and they've had a lot of good fan support because they've had 4 players in the men's men's quarterfinals. I think another thing to watch for too today is Gabby Niculescu generally uses kind of a push serve and comes in, and you can see her practicing this hard serve right now, right, as she's doing some of these. But she just sort of shoves it in and has fantastic volleys and comes in. I have not seen her break out a hard serve yet. I'd be curious to see if that will become a part of the match.
I watched her earlier, the match was Morgan and Sakura, and she didn't use it. But, like you said, that softer serve has some advantages for her. She can get in quickly, and then her volleys are just so good that she can handle the hard drives that inevitably come from that softer serve.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things to look for today, but it's also whether, and you watched the match before with Morgan and Sakura, and it seemed like Rodezno and Niculescu have no problems. They're experienced players, like gelling together as a team. Who's covering, who's playing what ball, and they're both so seasoned.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know they haven't played together and haven't played a tournament this year. I mean, you wouldn't know. They look like the season, like you said, the seasoned professionals that they are. Here we have Zubori serving.
All right, so Anna Zubori starts it with a let serve, and we are underway. And quickly, once again,
2 out of 3 sets.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 sets. That's right.
Regular scoring. After watching a men's match, you have to remind yourself that the men are playing no ad, but the women are still playing regular scoring.
Oh, beautiful ball.
Love 15.
You could see over there just her prowling was Niculescu, and she cut that off. They're going to have to watch out for her. One of the best forehands in the game. Now, in their match before for Niculescu and Rodezno, were they using a lot of the heavy rollers or spin cut overheads, or more just staying consistent?
They were using a lot of rollers. They don't really have hit spin
Spin
cutters,
overhead,
but
yeah.
a lot of rollers, and just putting a lot of pressure on Morgan and Sakura, making them maybe go for shots that they wouldn't normally try.
Good seamless switch there at the net.
30-15.
I think that Hanisch and Zubori are going to try to keep Niculescu and Rodezno off balance and keep mixing it up so they can't get comfortable.
30-all.
Oh, they did a terrific job of that last point. Good mix of pace and spin and spots. Ooh.
That was close, right?
Yeah, kind of almost a mid-air collision there. They need some air traffic control. But unfortunately, you know, there aren't enough of them out there. Oh!
Whoops.
One of the things I think
And, you know, that was...
Go ahead, Lauren.
No, I was going to say I was so impressed with Zubori in the finals of Chicago. You know, sometimes she has a game like this. I mean, she's so talented. Sometimes she just has kind of a walkabout game, but I felt like she was so locked in that match that she didn't go away at all. And then it's just deadly.
Yeah, I was about to make the same type of point. They were so judicious about when to hit a cutting over. They weren't just cutting it arbitrarily. In fact, they were primarily not cutting it. They were primarily focused on getting the right overhead, and then when you get an opportunity to hit the right one, where they can get off kilter, or where they have in the past, is trying to hit too many cutovers, too many 1-2-manys. You know, as opposed to, let me keep controlling this point and wait for the right ball to do something where it's going to really do damage. And when they do it the other way, they actually make errors themselves instead of actually putting the pressure on the other team. Oh, great rip, and you see that volley can't handle it. Again in the backcourt here, Gabby Niculescu is serving. Her partner Marcela Rodezno at the nets. Great spot there.
And that's just what we're talking about with Hanisch's drive. She's feeling so confident with that forehand drive and using it so much more.
You know, my contention is she always had it. It was just hard for her to gain the confidence in doing it. And I do believe, you know, there was a point where she asked me, she said, do you think I have to switch my grip to this? I said, you do not have to switch your grip. You know, so she can start dipping the ball. She's dipping the ball more now. She just had to go after it a little bit more and, you know, learn how to just give it a little slight roll. She's doing amazing with it. Great job. Zubori probably the best at holding shots on the women's tour. Like, she can hold her paddle up, hold it, and then sort of give you one look and then a completely different one the next time.
Love 30.
All right, and of course our match statistics provided by Court Director. We'll pop those up on a bunch of the changeovers. It's fascinating to watch, but you can look up those at any time. Great drip, and there's, we're seeing that offense that she's bringing, stepping in and going right at Rodezno there. 2 drives they cannot handle in this game off the Hanisch paddle.
We'll have to see if they change their serving positioning and play eye or stay back or something when Niculescu serves. This keeps up.
Yeah, and we saw her hitting that hard serve, the challenging serve in the warm-up. You mentioned she didn't use it at all in her match, you know, in the round before. it also, you know, she hits a soft serve. So like you said, it allows her time to get in, but allows the other team to step up and take it early and give it a good ride too. Shot there from Rodezno. Look at that. See, we did not see that in the past, that like chip backhand low. She would have just played another controlling lob, and the fact that she's driving allows Zubori to do this. Back of the line. She goes the hard overhead, easily tracked down by Rodezno, but they wisely transition back. So she's creating movement with it, and it works because they believe that in transition they have a better advantage. So sometimes they're going to do that, although I have to say Niculescu is fantastic in transition as well. Rodezno's pretty good too. That's a rip. Oh, just beautifully done by all players.
Hanisch Zubori. Sets tied, 1 game all.
All right, so a little bit of a loose game for Hanisch Zubori, and right there, they're starting to lock it in. That was great playing. I think all these players too, Lauren, they love this challenge. Like, they are excited to be up against each other in a former national champion battle. You know, it's terrific to see. It's great for the sport. And these guys are all massive competitors.
Play for. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that spotted drive. I even got like an
Well,
out of our producer, Nick, over there. He was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He was a little
She's just
taken aback.
putting it on a dime. Hanisch just really feeling it.
Yeah, she lasered that up the line. Now, it's been a perfect paddle day out here. It's still pretty mild. Temp is dropping, though. It'll break down into the 40s now, but warm by paddle standards, although it's been warmer overall in general these days. But it is, you know, 55-degree a day earlier. It's going to be probably mid-40s as these guys finish up tonight. And we're going to be on all night. So right after these women's semis, we're going into men's semis. They got an amazing barbecue out here at Aronimink Club. Ooh! Oh! More air traffic control. They go right into an I formation. Look at this. Zubori up front. Hanisch behind. She'll take the entire center. And the mistake people make when they see this, and it's the first time, is they try to drive it around Zubori all the time, and they make drive errors. The honest truth is you got to go at her with the right ball. Right now she's just controlling with the overheads. And that won't even get you the net, because there you go. You got Hanisch right behind. I don't know if she tried to make that one too good, but great point there. We're going to see Hanisch Zubori. They brought it out last year, and they're starting to perfect it this year. Long and low, deep. And if you can play a ball to either one of these guys backhand, I would do so. They both can hit it, but their forehands are much stronger. Niculescu's forehand's a dynamo, and she follows it up with blitzes behind. She can hit the backhand, but it's not the same animal.
And she doesn't hit it that often.
No. You got to really fire it off the screen. You can almost dump it to her backhand and be relatively safe. Problem is, her footwork is so good, she'll run around it.
Yes.
So you got to be ready. That's the danger shot. But they're doing it well where they're controlling the point. Even though they lost the net there, I still like everything about it. It's going to be a danger shot. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Oh,
that
look
roller,
at that.
if you don't spot it perfectly, it becomes a liability.
That's a good ball. Cut killer off the bounce. Well done there by Niculescu. That's a perfect roller. She gets the weak ball. Yeah, I love it. Great combo. But it started with Rodezno hitting that perfect off-speed roller. Serve was long, yeah.
Yep.
15-30.
Now, is there any scuttlebutt about Niculescu kind of making a tour jump? This is like a foray into the rest of the season, or we don't know yet?
I don't think we know yet.
Oh, come on. There goes Rodezno. Very quick and great hands.
She has such good hands, so soft. There's the move.
Yeah, great move and great touch there from Zubori to just slide the ball by her. Not as easy as she made it look.
No.
So you got 4 national champions on the court, and you can see it in the play. Every single ball on this point's been the right choice, the right shot, and they're battling it out here. And I expect this is the match.
Game, Niculescu, Rodezno.
We're going to see this time and time again, and then we're going to end up with who executes more.
2-1 in the first set.
I agree. A lot of this match is about execution.
I mean, that wasn't a difficult overhead from Zubori, but she chose to kind of try to slip in a quick little pronation into the side screen when she wasn't really quite ready for it. But it happened after 60 balls. So did she break in her choices? Did she have too much talent where she just chose a little late and wrong? It's just going to come down to those things. So we got 3 breaks of serve to start our match. And we'll keep looking at our court director stats to go on. As I've seen so far, it's been a lot less holds than breaks of serve. Great return there. And again, Hanisch crushing the forehand in the early going. That's out.
In the other women's semis, Elliott and Lalich are up 4-1 against Lopez and Page, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's a very good team. You know, Lalich, to be honest, has been one of the best hitters in the game, but hasn't played enough to even really talk about it. What great touch there and a great blitz play. She really still, in terms of like total play, has played so much less than everyone else. But in terms of a thumper, a person who drives the ball, she drives it pretty much as well as anyone on the tour. The issue has been really the screenplay and the choices outside of that. You know, she's so good at driving it that against lesser opponents, all she does is beat it through them. But then when she comes up against the best players, they can make a first volley. They make her go back. They make her play some screens. And that's really the whole thing. But that is a really, really good team. Elliott and Lalich.
She also just smothers the net. I mean, she has the widest wingspan.
She's 6 feet
so tall and can
right.
Yeah, and she closes the net beautifully. She's a great blitzer. I think she's really playing so well this year. And watch out for her and Elliott, because they are scary. The power and the blitzing that come out of them.
So you just saw a great use by Anna Zubori of changing pace. She, in that overhead, won 2 points by decelerating her paddle right at the contact point, and just had, you know, everybody thinking she was hitting it hard, and then she just had it kind of die on the side screens more. It just gives you a great indication of what you're looking for. Don't have everything the same, right? You want to be able to adjust your pace, get different looks at different times, and as you keep people guessing, that's where you're going to start drawing errors. You hear the help call there. They are taking aim at the Nick here with their rollers and doing a great job. That's 3 in a row right there. It's a 4th try, and look at that two-handed backhand with effortless ease by Zubori.
15 love.
Right, you think that Niculescu and Rodezno are ahead of that point with the three Nicks, and just like that, they're on the defense.
Yeah, one came out hot, and she was just thumped it. And that's the danger you run, though. You brought it up earlier, Lauren. You know, you go hard at these corners, you're going to get some that are beautiful and they go up the wire, but you're also going to get some that hang up there, because whenever you hit a ball hard into the screen, invariably it's going to come off the screen more unless you hit a perfect spot, unless you hit your spots. When you miss your spots, you're going to give your opponents drives. Good slippery drive there from Rodezno, and great spots too. That's how she drives. Spots, not pace.
Ball around.
Yes, spots, not pace. And that's a great play, and it sets up the combo. Inside drive, outside drive, then down the line drive. Quickly transition to a big-time roller there from Niculescu. Oh, what a cross court there from Rodezno. Early, down low, in the service box. Just gorgeous.
She took that ball right at the top of the bounce.
Yep. It's actually kind of textbook.
That's how she got that angle. Yeah.
Incredible. Again, great pace.
Oh!
One of the X factors for me in this match, I thought that might have been the decider, was going to be and we were talking about a little bit off air, was the Rodezno forehand. And clearly she's shown in the early going, she's pulling the trigger and picking spots. She missed that one, but it's looked good so far. Oh, great get there. Oh, great lob. Oh, terrific. It's a good setup, Lauren.
Now they're discussing what Zubori's going to do on the serve. She stayed back on the last time they served to. She served to Rodezno.
I don't think it's going to bother anybody, but I'm curious your take on this. Like, for Hanisch Zubori, they're still in the throes of, like, tournament play. You know, Niculescu and Rodezno, this is sort of like a coming out party. It's like a little bit of a house of money.
Yeah.
They can be loose.
Yes.
Right? Go after
It's easier
this.
to play like that, for sure.
They already
yes.
beat the 3rd seed, you know, and they're out here, and I mean, they're a great team. Like, you know, you got, as we mentioned before, 4 national champions on the court. But, you know, for Hanisch Zubori, it's a more meaningful situation. We'll find out more about Rodezno and whether they're going to play or not, and Niculescu. It'd be great if they did. It'd be great if Roxy Anika came back. And they're just a little bit, you see a little bit of a paddle toss there, and in some senses I get it, because for you, Lauren, aren't a few of these errors surprising?
Niculescu and
Yeah. Well, I think that you know, Zubori was so happy she had a game point there on her serve, and like you said, holds have been tough to come by. But you know, as we've said, she can do this. As genius as her paddle is, she can make some errors, and so I think she's just annoyed at herself. But you know, yes, as much as Niculescu and Rodezno, nobody knew what to expect from them. I think that Gabby Niculescu thinks that she should win every time she walks on a paddle court. So she's
without
locked
a doubt.
in.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And Rodezno is a great partner for her because she's just so solid everywhere.
Love 15.
Oh, tracks it down. What a get there from Niculescu. And look how seamless they go into this complete I formation, where basically any ball she wants, she's taking if she has control of it. And then Hanisch is there just as the backup, and if they hit it too hard or too soft and it gets by her, she'll just drive her right back. And they can say, now they seamlessly go into a 2-up situation. Not sure what was the impetus for going to that. Maybe, I didn't really gain anything one way or the other, so let's switch it up. Now she's going back again. Hard overhead. Wow, testing the limits of their chase. And Rodezno was on her heels there in the back. You could see Niculescu coming from the other side to try to get that. Great shot.
Yeah, I mean, once a hard overhead like that, once you're leaning back or to get out of the way of it, you have no chance of catching up to it, and that's why Niculescu went for it.
Yeah, and it's a great shot to use. You know, for all the club players out there, it is a bad shot to use when your opponent's closer up towards the baseline, but a great shot to use if they're further back. Like if you just hit a side back and they're back there and they give you a short lob, if you want to go hard at them sometimes, it can be very effective.
Love 30. Love 40.
All right. Here we go again. It's essentially we're on break, Lauren, at this point. You know, when you serve, you've lost your serve. Oh, good volley there from Rodezno, who stands up to the slap shot drive from Zubori and volleys it right back at her. Ooh.
30, 40.
First forehand, I think we've seen Hanisch miss.
Yeah? And she looked a little like she got, I don't know, like it was a slow serve, but it looked like it caught her. She was reaching for it. All right. Good. So one more to deuce here. And Rodezno Niculescu can erase that love 40 deficit. Great lob. Good little chip ball. And that's what she wasn't doing in the past. Regardless of how, you know, she's off the net, even an average drive there can force an error.
Let's see if Hanisch can be the first one to hold.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, on the Hanisch Zubori side, I have to say their breaks have been more like they've just, I mean, Zubori's just missed a couple of overheads. To say she's playing bad isn't fair. It's just there have been a couple of loose errors, you know, and I expect she'll just clean all those up. And I think they have a good shot if she does. Look at this volley exhibition there from Rodezno. Perfect positioning. Great commitment to the backhand volleys. Wow. They are picking at them.
They are just getting fired upon. And
I mean, you can't volley much better than that. They just took howitzer after howitzer. Get the spots they're hitting. And even then, she made Zubori play a tough volley there to finish it out. Great side back overhead. Good read of the situation. Again, they're floating, you know, floating eye situation. Hanisch ready behind her. And then it seems like after 10 balls, if they don't get a purse, you know, if they don't get some sort of advantage, Hanisch comes in. They're like just giving different looks. Huge play there.
30 love.
we didn't get to see there because it took less than 10 balls.
We'll have to find, yes. I'm calling that the break point right there, Lauren. Making a stand.
Yeah, exactly.
After 10 balls, she's coming in.
That's the shot clock, 10 balls.
I think they're calling a serve out.
Good ball's in.
So if that's in, that's a point for Hanisch Zubori then. She was making the call. There you go, 40 love. Yeah, it was kind of a delayed call from Niculescu. And she knows that if she calls it at that point and the point stops, it's a loss of points. So great shot and a great game there.
They leave 4
There's the
games to
hold.
3 in
Corian
the
is the
first
official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corian is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at Corian.com.
Now, was umpire Nancy asking if they wanted new balls or telling her they're bringing new balls? Here's the new ball. Okay. Right. I think she was being polite and asking. But regardless of whether they wanted it or not, they're still getting the new ball.
And Rodezno is going to have to try to see if she can match
the hold, right? Yes, our first hold of the match, yes. That was just a good game there from Hanisch Zubori. And the honest truth is they cut out no overhead errors there, and they just cleaned it up. So great job. And they had a crease winner, so well done. A lot of pressure drives in there as well.
15 love.
Good cut there from Hanisch. Misses that one. Ooh, can she dig it?
It's a great follow.
Yeah, it's so good. You know, it's a bit of a slap shot drive from Niculescu. Thought she could catch her, but the hands of Zubori, so good there. She's got her hand under her arm. I wonder if that's like is her hand cold? Or.
She was wearing gloves before.
30, 15.
All right, 2 good swings there for Hanisch. Now, this is the point in the past where when she would miss drives, she would dial it back. I feel like she's moving beyond that point and starting to trust her forehand, like where, okay, I missed a couple, but the honest truth is I've got this, right? And so I'm not going to keep missing them. So let's see here if she goes to the lob. Nobody wants to have a game where they miss 3 drives, so she might lob it. But this will be a curious point here because it's a pressure point. It's 30 all. But it is a layup for her if she's hitting her forehand, and it's been a huge difference maker for them. Yes, he goes to the lob, doesn't want to miss it again. Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't disagree in a way because the worst thing you could do is miss the return. But I do think it's also like, you know, we're still in the process for her. As good as it's been, you know, the fact that she's hitting it as much as she is actually a good thing. And that's probably just a smart tactical play not to drive that one when you miss a couple.
Yeah, especially a 30 all in such a tight set.
It's also not a bad mindset to have, like a disciplined mindset of, if I have a game and I miss 2 drives, I'm not going to miss another one for the game. I will not have games where I miss 3 or 4 drives, right? Because essentially, if you miss 3 drives in a game, you're basically giving your opponent the game,
yep.
right?
40-30.
And that's, by the way, not that the same person has missed all 3 drives, but that's how they've lost
all their
3
points right? All 3 points right here, yep. Oh, and both those other looks, I mean, Rodezno's serve isn't challenging Hanisch. She's got to look at it. She can make it every time. You know, Rodezno's basically put it in the box. That's why you don't see her coming in. You see her staying back because she knows they're probably going to strike it pretty good.
I think that's 10.
I'm glad you were counting there, Lauren. So
yeah.
They're going way past 10 now. My entire theory's been broken. Here you go. Oh, that's a good little cutter there. Easily played there. And now she's going 3rd panel smash, which is so smart. Cutter. Good pressure. Well done there. Right at the crease. She is working it. Niculescu there for that as well.
This is a good lesson in overhead variety.
Yeah, and she's picking the perfect spots at the perfect time. She's moving in one place, using the side screen to get the other player active, using 3rd panel smash. Ooh, let cord won't hurt.
Using the let cord, exactly.
Yeah. And what's unique is the mental toll on Hanisch, actually, who's doing literally nothing except being constantly ready and aware. She's got to be, and then for the one moment where she's going to be doing something.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize how hard it is
to do what Hanisch is doing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, in that case, she didn't think she had a good screen drive. That was a tough drive to make there for Zubori.
Good hold by Rodezno.
But again, we talked about it before. That was 4 drives they missed there, and that last one's probably, of all the drives, the least advisable. But great hold there from Rodezno.
Ooh, he tagged that one.
Love. Out. 30, love.
Oh, quick turnaround drive there from Zubori. Couldn't quite execute.
To see
Go ahead,
Niculescu
Lauren.
get that lob. We're down. I'd like to see Niculescu get that lob more down the line, pull Zubori over. That sometimes Zubori goes too far over, I feel like, and that left side of the court is open.
Yeah, great. Little, oh, look at this one.
What a
40,
What a
50.
gutsy shot. And she pulls the trigger and a perfect cut finisher there. Hit that with confidence. Love to see that from Hanisch. Yeah, I think Rodezno and Niculescu have been very disciplined and playing the right match.
5 games to 4 in the first set.
And there you hear Nancy Denig giving us the 5-4 update. And I think Hanisch and Zubori have actually done the same. They just haven't quite executed all their shots. At this point, we had said earlier, Lauren, you know, it's about execution. And I feel like that's how it's sort of playing out right now. But that said, if Hanisch and Zubori just make 1 or 2 less errors, I think they kind of have a little bit more offense on more sides, like a little bit more going on. They're just missing a couple of balls here and there.
I mean, they go for a lot. Like, that's the thing. Zubori goes for a lot on her shots, so she's going to make some errors. And now Niculescu is in the difficult position of having to serve to stay in the set when she hasn't had much luck on her serve so far.
Now, let's see. So the last game we had 4 missed drives from Hanisch Zubori. 2 were, I mean, 3 were decent look. 2 were really good looks. 1 was a decent look and 1 was probably a non-look. Good, I'm glad. Hanisch goes right back to just hitting it. You know, you gotta, when you're a real hitter, you know that the regression of mean is always in your favor, not the other way around. Yeah. You might miss 2 in a row, but you get back to it. And good to see her hit that one right off the bat. Oh, what a spot, but great hands there from Niculescu.
Right on the line. I think good, smart idea by Rodezno to stay back there, not get caught in transition. She hit that ball hard.
Yeah, you always want to go in when you have a thought of advantage, getting a ball above the net. If you think you're going to come in and play the ball at your shoelaces, even if you make the volley, there's really little point in it because the odds of missing it are too great. Oh, ripped there as Niculescu takes the hard ball off the screen and just tattoos it.
I thought it was 15 love. Yeah, there's only 1 point. Oh, no. 15 love.
Good little pronation there. Watch her work these spots. She gets back in position. She moves it in the middle. All she can do there is push that one back. And again, Hanisch is going to hit maybe 1 ball out of 30 here, and yet her focus has to remain the same every shot.
And you see herself, you see her trying to stay moving, you know, so she's ready. Because otherwise you can get caught not being ready. You just get lulled.
And what's great about Hanisch Zubori is they continue to innovate and they continue to think about like the game as like a journey process, even though they're multiple national champions. And they recognize over the last couple of years that they've been getting outpaced with what they were doing. So they've added dimensions. And, you know, this also takes like an ego step down. You know, like I'm going to play this role and allow Zubori to do this role because this makes us a better team, right? And it's everything about it is exactly what kind of sports are all about. You know, keep working, keep trying to get better, keep plugging away, keep battling, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Oh, what a lob there. And I think the way they're defending is perfect too, by the way.
Yeah. Well played.
15 all.
And we're going to go well played by Hanisch, and she didn't hit a single ball.
Right.
Yeah, like just because she's focused up there.
In the other semi, there's an upset brewing.
Yeah.
Elliott and Lalich won the first set, 6-3 against Lopez and Page. Lopez and Page won the first game of the second set, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that.
Now, what type of level of upset would you call that?
Not huge at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Elliott is a 4-time national champion, and Lalich is just a massive talent who, honestly, the more she plays, the better she'll get. If she just gets a little more disciplined in the screens and gets better at screen play and screen drives, you know, hitting-wise, she's right there with the absolute best in the game, maybe even better in some cases.
Yeah, and her volleys are terrific. I
mean, very good, yeah.
I really like the way she plays. Well.
Oh, good job. She is really dealing now.
15-30.
And I played with Lopez the other day, and I mean not Lopez, sorry, Paige, and she has a shoulder injury, so I don't know if that's coming into play at all, but I hope she's okay.
Yeah, no, it's certainly something to mention. And not only that, Lopez has lost her voice completely, and they are, you know, in fairness, not driving on 100% cylinders, and that takes nothing away from anyone, whether you win or don't win. When you're out here, you just compete, and they won't say a word about it either, but those are just the facts of the matter. So, of course, right after this women's semifinal, we're going right to men's semifinal action right after that, where we've got some amazing matchup. That was just on the back of the line. Wow. All right, huge point here.
The whole way, I thought it was going out, and then it landed right
to me, even from our thing, it looked close to out.
Yeah.
You know, like, but perfect lob. She's doing enough good work with the control of the overhead and the control of volley. She's just doing so perfectly up there, Zubori.
40.
You would think there's all this space around her. All right, well, we got set point here, so let's let this play out here. We can talk about that when we come back, if in fact it ends up being set. Ooh, good strike. Deuce. Yeah, so they're just, you would think there's all this space around Zubori, but she's doing such a good job moving the overhead around, hitting it with the right pace, and keeping them deep into court. They can't find it.
Yeah, you saw what happened when Niculescu tried to drive that ball. Zubori was right on top of it and hit that short volley into the screen that Niculescu couldn't handle.
Couple of good lobs. Let's hit that. Yes, well done there. Perfect combination from Hanisch. And that's the difference what we've been talking about. In the past, she would have just lobbed that again, where now she's setting herself up, not just Zubori. Chip and charge. Oh, what hands there. Oh, good job. Surprising move
pressure,
from Zubori.
great hands. Yeah.
Oh, great pace. Can she dig it? Oh, so well done. She's got such a loose, fluid swing, Zubori, that she can whack that hard. She also can just take a little off, and that was a perfect pace ball. Any harder, and Niculescu could have had it. Chip and charge again. Rodezno again. Amazing defense. That's about the 7th hard overhead she's hit today, and it is a really effective shot for them. She's been way on the plus side of that.
I was going to say that was the first one that Niculescu and Rodezno handled easily.
Niculescu had one drive before off it, but pretty much she's way on the plus side. It's won 3 or 4 points for her. Very good. And good recognition as to when to use it. And the beauty of doing it the way they are doing it is she has a freebie because it doesn't matter if they drive it past her because she's got, you know, Hanisch back there. That's her purpose. So it frees up this ability to hit that shot more. She's got him on the run again. Drop shot. Oh, and she missed it. You can see it all set up perfectly. Just didn't execute. Gotta love everything about it though, Lauren. And again, the hand on the arm, like her hands are cold. It's the left hand too. And I'm only saying that because I haven't noticed that to be a thing before. Like,
yeah.
Look at that. And they go right to it. See, she doesn't even come in, Hanisch. They're going right to this strategy again. In fact, it paid off results in the last point. They just missed, you know, sort of the coup de grace shot. What I do love about Niculescu and Rodezno is they're committed to the defense, right? They're like, if you can hit 17 perfect shots, and in the last point she hit 16, right? Then go for it.
Niculescu.
This be a great hole.
Yeah, and
here.
the second they make a mistake, a mistake in that eye position, you see Niculescu is all over it. Which is what I was actually going to ask you, which I will ask you after this point.
All right, here's game to even this up at 5-all. Hanisch Zubori had one set point before. I love this because there's also like kind of a study and strategy here too. In that point, Zubori and Hanisch could have had the net. They chose not to take it. They actually waited. And they're like, we've had enough of doing the net. We just tried it twice in a row. We didn't get it. Let's go back here. We can win this way too. Oh, that's going to work with the let cord being the perfect shot.
Deuce.
Otherwise, Niculescu gets that all day.
I love that lob. That's the lob that I was saying before that Niculescu should be hitting over Hanisch's head to pull. So, Brad, when they're in that eye position with Zubori
hitting Zubori at the net,
hitting everything, do you think that Niculescu and Rodezno are happy playing like that? Do you think they should be trying to do something to get them out of that formation, or just wait?
I think
just
they're doing it
bide
right.
their time.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right because I'm not sure what. For them to try to get them out of it, I think they're going to force something, and I think that's worse for them. So I'm actually think what they're doing is great, you know. And at this point, it's been 50-50 at best. You know, we've seen Zubori control a point for even 20 balls straight, but she's won points and lost points, meaning the 21st is the hard one, right? You know, and they're defending it long enough and well enough that it's not like she's gaining point and then another point. It's not a strategy that's building. It's a strategy that's pretty close and even. And as we said, it's just going to come down to the one moment right now, and this is what it's been the whole game, where, say, even the last point before, when she went back, she hit a transition drive and she netted it. She makes that, and maybe they win that point, right? You know, it's just going to come down to this moment. Whoever executes or puts together the big shot at the right moment or misses it. But clearly in this entire game, it's all about Hanisch Zubori doing the creating, and it's all about Niculescu and Rodezno doing the defending and then seeing when they can possibly turn that against them. And I think it's smart. I don't know. What do you think, Lauren?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you can't force it. You have to take what they're giving you and then try to turn offense and defense into offense when they make a mistake. I mean, you have to keep looking for a way to turn it into offense, which they are. You can't just settle into this, I'm just going to get the ball back.
And what Zubori's doing here is amazing, too, in the sense like, oh, that's a perfect ball right there, and that's the perfect moment. And now they're getting them in transition.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it back to neutral, but I like that. Oh, good dig. All right, they're going to just transition back again. Smart. Turnaround drive there from Hanisch. It's a dipping drive, beautiful volley. I would have liked to have seen a Hanisch blitz there, maybe. That's out.
Advantage, Niculescu.
You know, this is just a flat-out battle of national champions right here.
It is. I mean, it hasn't felt like anyone has had the lead in momentum. It's just been back and forth, back and forth.
It's the back and forth, and it's two different strategies playing off each other. You know, the lead in creation is like 10-1 in Zubori Hanisch, but it's not the lead in points. You know, like because when you're always creating, you're always putting your chance to miss, right? You know, as well, or miss your spot, or give them an opportunity, and it's just perfect point counterpoint. And this game is a perfect example of what it is. Right, you know, back and forth. They had a set point on a Zubori, and you know now it's been 4 game points, and they're just battling it back and forth. Not even bothering to come in. Great dipper, right at her feet.
Niculescu.
A little too hot to handle. She could take the pace off of that, but she couldn't hold it because there's no one there to threaten her. What I'm curious about is, Lauren, what do you think, like, in terms of like running this I formation, do you think we're going to find more women's teams trying to do this, or is there really only one Zubori, you know, like who can do this kind of thing?
I mean, look, I think that's so frustrating.
Point, you know, it's tough. That's a great shot.
I think that it works best for her at this point because she loves to never hit 2 of the same shots in a row, and she loves to mix up all those different spins and paces, whereas for other people that wouldn't be putting their best foot forward. So it's not that I don't think other people can do it, play in that I formation. I just think that the
you think
the
there are
skills
other people
of
who
Hanisch
could do it?
I do.
I'd see. I'm not sure that they could, because I think the skill set necessary is the one she has. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying I don't think there are too many people with that skill set, right? No,
there aren't. But you know, it's like when Niculescu was so much better and Roxy and Nika at hitting the rollers than anyone. Other people caught up. Like, I think you see a lot more people now in the women's game hitting those spins and those different overheads, and I think that, you know, I think other people could do it, but it wouldn't necessarily definitely wouldn't be as well.
That is so good.
Good.
The touch on the move from Niculescu. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing because I really do think they're bringing a whole new dimension in here. And we've seen it a bit on the men's side. Look at that hands. Just a great recognition. Great shot. Another game point here for Niculescu and Rodezno. It feels like, you know, you should get a break after holding this. This is what you call a good hold if she's able to make this one.
If she holds.
Yes, if she holds. Not done deal by any means. All right, they're starting to catch on to the hard overhead now. They're reading when to move a little bit out. Drop. She's there. Great run. Rodezno's got speed. That one, I think she missed her spot. She should have gone long and deep to the back. She went to the side screen. That made the ball go to the middle, made it a little easier to defend. Oh, so close.
Call stands.
Call stands, confirmed by the umpire.
No, they called it out. I didn't see it. They blocked me. I didn't see it.
So she didn't
They
see it,
called
so
it
the
out.
call stands.
I was like that. Okay.
All right, good
That was
job
blocked by the
there
ball, sorry.
by Nancy Demig, making a decisive call. She couldn't see definitively whether that ball was in or out. She can't make the overrule, so we're back at deuce. And again, they're going to serve and stay back. They're basically taking the entire blitz game and return game out of Zubori and Hanisch hands, which means they got to finish at the net, which just is not easy.
Advantage.
Looked like she was there in plenty of time. I was
I mean, it
surprised.
seemed like she was in there in plenty of time. She could have even just pushed it over and taken the net. But either way, we're at set point for Hanisch and Zubori. Last set point they had, she just missed a return. You know, and they're not even coming in. She is this time, though. Chip and surprising move. Nice. And then we're right back at it. The same strategy again. Good pace. Would you want Zubori to throw in a shot that baits them to drive once or twice and then like commit to a spot at the net for an offensive volley? Or, because at this point they're fully committed to defense. Or do you want to just keep doing this? I guess you can.
She's going to, yeah, I think she's going to keep doing this. And
Oh, that's trouble. What a get from Niculescu, and she overcooks that.
Deuce.
See, that's where I would like to see her when Niculescu goes back. I think the finer point of that would be Niculescu goes back. She volleys behind her. She should go 1 inch from the net there. 1 inch. It does not matter if Niculescu lobs that ball over her. It matters not a whit because, Hanisch is going to hit it back, and it doesn't matter. But if she's right 1 inch from the net, that's an easy drop volley winner. But instead, she's hitting it from off the court and trying to hit like a wide winner from like 3 feet over the, 3 feet off the net. So, I think even for these guys, there can be like another half a level of, taking a chance on a certain type of ball. And when you get it behind somebody, she's likely to hit a weaker ball. Ooh.
I thought that one was going to fly wide also.
Nice track down. Oh, good combination and great cover there from Niculescu. It's a clinic on defense right now and kind of a clinic on overhead variety at the same point. It's literally the two counterpoints of the game, right? Most people when they first start to play paddle, still have that mentality, that tennis mentality that a rally is, in tennis a rally is ground stroke to ground stroke, right? Generally probably cross court, but whatever, it's ground stroke to ground stroke. That's the rally in tennis. But the rally in paddle, it's lob to overhead. That's the rally.
Ooh, almost a little communication error there.
See, I'd start baiting them. It's too tough. They're so good, Red. They're so locked in, so committed. Nice. She's coming. Get it. I like it. It's clear communication. Get it. All right, she's reading the situation now. She's in that there are room for some push volleys, push little drives. Give her that same ball, now close in. All right.
Good deep lobs. keeping her out of the service box.
Yeah, and she's got to go a bit to get some of these too, so it's not so easy to kind of, because you're not in one position hitting one or two little shots, you're hitting all the shots. And these guys are massively doing this. You know, they're just defending perfectly, and Hanisch is just hanging.
I mean, you'd think she'd be the one with the cold hands.
Yeah, why does she have her hand under her left sleeve? All right, that's so funny. Oh, what a get. She's going to cut it. And again, it comes down to the 100th ball.
Yeah.
She is constantly keeping them under pressure and duress, but you got to make that 100th real finishing shot, and the defense is so good. It's just a perfect studying point, counterpoint, you know, sort of, you're going to do this, I'm doing that. That's why I think Hanisch Zubori, maybe they bait him a little, but then again, it's still only 50-50. That's a mistake. See, there's a mistake. That's the trap. The trap is they get out of the defense and she thinks she's going to hit it, but now she just put a good transition ball up for her. And Niculescu's not back. Commit to the strategy, stay with it. Wow. I'm starting to think that first deuce, you know, no ad might be good for the women's side too. This is amazing. This match, if it continues like this, is going to be a 3-hour battle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Getting the hard overhead. She's doing well with it now. Rodezno's caught on pretty well. Big drive there. She actually transitioned back for that. Love it. And now we see Hanisch at the net.
Hello, Hanisch.
How about that? It's like a guest appearance. I think in the credits it would go like, you know, and at the net, Florentina Hanisch.
5-4 deuce at the net.
Huge drive from Hanisch there brings us to their third. Is it their third set point, Lauren?
Third or fourth?
Third or fourth. Who's counting? You know who's counting? Court director.
We'll see. We'll see at the end of
whoever
this
that
set.
court director person is. They are amazing. Whatever pronoun they want to use. All right, set point here for Hanisch and Zubori. She served and volleyed like this slippery little serve and volley. She's doing it again. Chip return. And she missed that wide. Oh, my goodness.
Game, set, Hanisch Zubori.
All right, there you hear it from Nancy Demig, and we'll be right back in just a moment, right after these messages, right here on the APTA YouTube channel, with live streaming by Joho and match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
All right, welcome back to the APTA Tour, and I'm Brad Easterbrook here with Lauren Mandel, and that highly entertaining first set won by Hanisch Zubori 6-4 in our women's semifinals here. Our number 2 seeds come through, but what a great job by Niculescu and Rodezno. What do we think about that set, Lauren?
Still trying to digest that epic 5-4 game that we just saw that lasted a really long time.
That's very specific.
That was
really long time.
I don't know how many minutes it was, but it was a lot. You know, look, there was very little separating these two teams in that first set. Nobody ever had a lead, you know, more than a game. Nobody looked like they were running away with it. And we'll have to see if Hanisch Zubori continue that one-up, that Zubori up at the net situation. It seemed like Niculescu and Rodezno were making some inroads there, and we'll have to see. But it was a great first set, and I'm looking forward to seeing a great second set, Brad.
Yeah, no, it was terrific. It was, like we said, it's a battle between national champions. And it really was. It was kind of like a Titan battle, and it was a Titan battle of, you know, different strategies. And I do think, actually, that Niculescu and Rodezno were smart. I love their strategy. However, they ended up losing the game when it's all said and done by getting off their strategy on 2 balls. The 2 balls Rodezno drove in that one huge, you know, in that game. One where Niculescu was still at the net, and, you know, instead of defending, she actually went for the shot, and then she went for the last one there. Were they bad drives? Not necessarily, but they were off script for all that we're doing the entire time. But either way, it was just such a back and forth affair, highly entertaining and great paddle. But given what I've seen of the match so far, if this thing speeds up and Rodezno and Niculescu try to go, you know, speed for speed, does that benefit one team or another?
15-30.
I mean, I think it benefits Hanisch and Zubori.
I think it does. So I don't know how they're going to get off of that strategy right now. Hanisch Zubori just had a little more in the tank offensively with the return game, and a tiny bit more in the tank with the variety on, you know, certain shots. And, you know, as I think they just have to keep battling this. This match is going to be just a grind, you know, a battle. Quick shout out to everyone out there watching. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Lauren, what are your big plans for Thanksgiving?
I will be in my house with my family, and all my children will be home, and I look forward to it.
Nothing better than that. So everyone out there, have a great Thanksgiving. Wow, she played that really well. Deep cutter there. She hit it right
Deep
on
cutter.
the line. Yeah. You know, when it's all said and done, too, though, that first set, when it comes to shot for shot, Hanisch Zubori had the better of it. They had a little more offense and a little more going on. The reason why it was so close and right down to the wire is because Hanisch Zubori staked into an easy first game where she made 2 or 3 overhead errors, and then an easy third game. Outside of that, it was a battle, but overall, point for point, when we're just doing this, it's sort of like a, I wouldn't say, it's maybe like a 2.5 points get won by Hanisch Zubori versus 2, right? You know, it's that close. But they've had the better of it there. She gets her to reach. She takes a chance. And a great rip there from Hanisch.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of explaining it, Brad. Like there are some quick errors from Hanisch Zubori, but once the points get started, they seem to have the advantage in the longer points.
Yeah, and I'm really more even saying that without those loose errors, you know, Zubori missed a couple in the beginning, in the get-go. That has sort of amounted to 2 games won by Niculescu and Rodezno. I'm not taking anything away from them, you know that, but it's more like how you win the games, they kind of matter sometimes. If you're winning them because your opponents are just missing balls that they don't ordinarily win, those are gifts, right? And in terms of winning points on their own paddles, Hanisch Zubori, it's night and day, you know, in terms of the overall structure of the match. See, and there's another one, perfect roller into the corner, and that's off her paddle, not off your opponent missing the ball, right? Drop shot, perfect drop shot. Another, like, any harder, and she might have been able to get around the post there, but that was perfect.
Hanisch Zubori won the first set.
Yeah, I mean, that was sometimes that first game can be big. I mean, Niculescu and Rodezno won the first couple points, and it's just disheartening because they've lost for them because they've lost a few very close games in a row. they're going to have to regroup here, which they will.
Which they will. But the real question for me is, do they think they need to get off the strategy of playing defense? And my contention is they actually don't. You know, I think they have to, you know, keep going. I'm not actually looking forward to it because it'll be a long grind-out match, and these players are so talented, but I think it might be the best strategy available to them at this point. See, like, there you go. The last game, they didn't even try to come in. They come in first ball, and it goes right through, short lob, put away volley, right? So they're going to be like, okay, this is a bad idea.
They came
right?
in. They started to come in, but with Rodezno back, just Niculescu was coming in.
My point is they played traditional strategy there, and it didn't work out very well for them.
And it was no good.
Yeah. Now they're going back to more of the two-back scenario. Niculescu is getting much better with her spot drives. The problem is with Hanisch back there getting so good at the offense from the backcourt and the screen drive. And believe me, they practice this stuff. You know, they're coming out this season as a brand new team, as a team that, you know, it's sort of like, I don't know, they're not getting pushed around. Like, nobody's dictating the pace to them this year. And in the last couple of years, that's sort of what people were doing in a weird way. Like, we're going to just dump it to you, and we're going to take Zubori out of the game, and then we're going to, you know, and they're not allowing any of that.
Right, and then Zubori would press and make mistakes.
Correct. Yeah, it's like a kind of a whole full circle, right? That was out. Yeah, just long.
I thought it was in. I thought it was in.
Overrule.
I'm going to call that in. Sorry.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Ball was in.
From my vantage point, it looked out, but at least it's a decisive call from the umpire.
15-30. 15-30.
Nancy Denig making the call. All right, that's a huge point. So instead of love 40, it is 15-30. Big deal. Oh.
30.
There's that
30 all.
sloppy overhead we see on occasion.
Yeah, but when you're hitting like 1,000 balls.
1,000, yes, I was going
like
to say that. I mean, her
percentages
are high.
50%
her percentages
of the balls,
are good.
Her percentages are decent, but it's going to happen.
I mean, when you're playing 2-on-1 like they have a good portion of this match.
Oh, wow,
I mean,
she hit her in the head there. Rodezno got a little frozen on that return.
It's a lot of pressure when you're hitting every single. I know Zubori likes that, and she feels comfortable when she's free flowing.
I think it puts her in the flow. Free flowing is exactly the word. Yeah, it makes her better. I think it makes her much better, and actually, and Hanisch, it actually works to her strengths in a way too, because she can hang in there and do whatever, and she can do it without ego and without anything. You know, she is a perfect foil for that, meaning, you know, you need combinations of people doing certain things. Oh, wow, she's going to go over. Oh, it's behind her slow. And a cut winner with the fist pump.
They lead 2-0 in the second set.
Great job not letting that overrule get to them. And great play. Love it. And I do think that game got hurt. The points are in the margin. You know, Niculescu and Rodezno, it's easier for them to find points on their paddle, you know, as we were talking about before, for Hanisch Zubori. So for Niculescu and Rodezno, they can't afford to do even that 1 point where they came in and it went through them. You know what I mean? They have to just, they're going to have to bear down. Was close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they want to play like this, but they really have to.
I don't think they want to play like this at all. And look at that. That's a little luck of the draw. We'll take it. 15 love. They got to keep riding the train. Hanisch Zubori cooking right now. Niculescu, hard time finding enough points.
Yeah.
with their drives, and they can't take the net enough times. Oh, great shot. She should have let it go through. You don't want to play it behind you. If you're there and you got a backstop, don't play the ball behind you. But again, as we said, she's hitting literally 1,000 balls. If she misses 4, still a pretty good percentage. All right. All right, we can hear in the background here. You can't really hear it on our live stream, which is a great job here by our Joe producers with the great cameras and such. But there is a whole mic system going on out there. They are basically kicking off like a party for the ages out there. Ooh, caught her wrong-footed, but good hands there from Zubori. So party-wise, outside of the stellar paddle on the court, the party is heating up here at Aronimink. In fact, it's a pretty good bet that you see the seats behind that are not full. They're not full because everybody's watching from the side, you know, tent where they're, we'll just say, libations and food. And now we got tunes.
Ooh.
15-30.
You can actually hear the crowd din in the background. All right, great shot. Here they come. They're going to come in. You can see Zubori transitioning back. And basically this entire match has been played with Zubori at the net, them back. And this has really just been the way it's actually had to shake out. The offense, and look at this setup. Now it's coming to a blitz opportunity. Good try, though. I like it. Still a good move. Great hands there from Niculescu, keeping that volley low. It's big. I need Niculescu and Rodezno want this game. Yes, and they'll get it. Just got to get on the board.
Good job by them keeping this close. Good job. Big difference, as we say, between 2-1 and 3-0.
Yeah, and I think Niculescu and Rodezno have been awesome in this match. It's just been a tough go. Hanisch, Zubori locked in. They were locked in Chicago. They're playing great ball here. Their offense has, you know, offensive output has doubled from the last season's team to this season's team. And so, you know, teams playing against them are going to have to adjust, you know, and Niculescu and Rodezno, I think they're battling like champions.
They are.
Let's see what we got here. Is she going to serve and stay back? She's coming in. Stick. Quick lob. Oh, good touch. Now, you can't get it on the live stream at all, but there is a party going on. I said it before. It's very loud in here, and we're inside a kind of a bubble here.
Love 15. Yes, sir.
Great hands. That's a good setup ball. That's huge. Good down the line lob. Gets her out of position, and then she's forced to hit a cross-court overhead, and that just gets a drive right into the shifting net team. Cannot come up with the hands volley there. Love 30. And the more they go into that straight-up position, the more they're going to find a quick free point. Love 40.
A little different look.
Yeah, I still think this is the best move. Stay back. Look at this. Everybody's staying back in transition drives.
Here's a baseline to baseline tennis rally.
I love it. It's absolutely perfect. because smart. And I actually think Zubori was baiting them in. You know, like, I'm going to stay back if you stay back. And then she's like, okay, I'll come back in now. I actually think when these guys are up at the net, Rodezno and Niculescu, it gives them more targets to possibly win a point earlier.
Oh, 100%.
You know, when they go back, now they can bring Zubori up, but it's still going to take her 100 balls, you know, to win. That's out. She missed that one. All right, 15-40.
15-40.
Wrap my arms around you.
15-40. 15-40.
Yeah, they have it playing in the background. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. It's appropriate. Pointer Sisters, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the one problem with that strategy. If you're going to play it, you cannot miss lobs long.
Hold on, it's the seventh game. You guys want a new ball? Want a new ball?
Are we doing this like where they say, yes, we want a new ball, or is she just going to give them a new ball? There it goes. New ball in every 7 games. Tosses it out to the crowd, gets a little woo. They're so excited. All right, here we go. Not even going to hit one. Getting right to it. 3-1 Hanisch Zubori, who are just playing locked in paddle. And Niculescu and Rodezno are basically throwing the kitchen sink at him, you know, with battle, mental battle, the whole works. And they've been up to the task so far. It got really close with that big 5-4 game in that first set that went maybe 15 minutes with about 10 deuces. The problem is anytime Rodezno has taken that strike, it's been cut off and hurt right now.
I mean, they're not really in control of their own destiny is what's happening. I mean, they're winning a lot of points on forced errors, you know, forced mistakes that they're forcing Hanisch and Zubori into, but they're not dictating the play.
It's a routine roller that she usually makes. Misses that one. Ooh. And of course, after these matches today, Rodezno cannot track that down. 40 love.
40 love.
Yeah, it feels like the toll of all this defense right now is taking its almost toll on Rodezno and you know, Niculescu. They got to lob better. They got to make sure they keep him back off the net, but they're giving her so many opportunities now. And it's not easy to play sole defense. That's got to go to the back screen. I'll say that one again. See, she's doing such a good job with her overhead. Missed her spot there.
No, especially for Niculescu and Rodezno, who are used to dictating play. Like, they don't want to play only defense. And, you know, as we said over and over, it looks like that's their best bet in this match. But
I think it is.
Yeah, and it's like a mental battle for them.
Look at this. She's speeding up to play with a heavy roller. She's actually flicking up on it. I love it. Like a Steffi Graf forehand.
What it look like.
Oh.
Yeah. Hanisch Zubori.
Yeah, she's saying she got to move up forward into this.
4-1 in the second set.
The problem is,
Zubori won the first set 6-4.
and you can hear there, and you know, umpire or Nancy Denig give us a score. But the problem is also you see Rodezno try to take that drive, but she's hitting one drive out of 1,000 balls. So you're just not ready. You're not used to hitting drives anyway, right? You know, it becomes harder then to bring your offense because you're not using your offense, so there's no rhythm with it, right? Yet that might be the best thing to do, you know. So to bring this to fruition, really what they're counting on, you know, when you're playing this style is you're giving more opportunities for Hanisch and Zubori to possibly miss, which actually might be the right thing to do. And then maybe down the road they find a bad patch and you capitalize and then you bring something else to bear in the match. But no crack in Hanisch Zubori so far, Lauren.
No, they're
1-4.
they're not having, and that was the same thing in Chicago. They weren't having any of those go away moments.
Yeah, they're playing great, and you know, there was a moment in that first set where Hanisch missed a couple of drives, and you know, we thought, oh, this could be a moment, but no, she's right back at just thumping balls. You know, you gotta love it. So that's thumped out.
15-0.
Great. Good try there from Niculescu, just a huge drive. And you could almost read it on their faces. Like it's a tough slog and sometimes it's a tough match. Oh, I think she tried to take a little
Two
off
more
of
forehand returns.
Yeah,
She missed the first one too, so let's see what she does on the next one.
Yeah, whether we go to that, make the third one, and she probably will. But the honest truth is, this is what they need. They need a couple of misses from Hanisch and Zubori. They need that. That'll be what's going to fuel this comeback. I don't think they're going to start hitting winners right and left. What's going to fuel this comeback is a couple of misses, you know, and just like a little level drop. Nice volley there from Rodezno.
Yeah, and for a team this good, that's all it takes for a team this good.
Oh, so good
Yeah.
try. But there she's trying to force it. She's like, I'm going to read this.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it over there. Tough volley on the full stretch. Great drive from Hanisch. Just been constant pressure from these guys. And, of course, the honest truth is we haven't seen Niculescu and, you know, Rodezno out there. It's amazing to see them here. And they still have the full complement, but whether they've been practicing or not, we don't know.
Yeah, and whatever happens in this match, I hope we see a lot more of them up the rest of the season.
Without a doubt, you know, anytime we get all of our great national champions out there, it's great. And Gabby Niculescu, you know, has been one of the greatest over the last 10 years. Wow, that was just a great cutter, and these guys are dealing now. This feels like a mini match point here, Lauren.
Sure does. They look so relaxed, Hanisch and Zubori. You never, as their opponents, you don't want to see them look like this.
They have steamroller effect. They can do that, where they just get loose and on fire, and then they steamroll you. And again, the only way to stop that is better defense. You know, it's like, I don't want to see it, but it is the way to go. Dealing with the forehands inside out, outside in. Look at that. Gorgeous, perfect
Great
spots. Cutter into the side, good play. And that is wide.
Game, Hanisch Zubori. They lead 5-1 in the second set.
All right, so Hanisch.
I also think.
Go ahead, Lauren.
No, I also think as far as Niculescu and Rodezno go, they haven't, I mean, as great as they are and as accomplished as they are, when you haven't played a tournament in a long time, it's just a different thing, and it's a long day. And it's hard to imagine that you would come out of nowhere and be able to, you know, beat the number 3 seeds and then to beat the number 2 seeds. It's just asking a lot for them in their first tournament. So the more they play, the more big matches we'll see them excel in.
Yeah, there's no question. That's a valid point. You know, on the women's side, we've seen it a number of times. We saw Pendergrass and Zink just never play and then come out of the blue. But that said, there's a difference in what we're talking about here, because what we're seeing from Hanisch Zubori is not something you can just come out of the woodwork and, you know, they're playing great paddle, locked in, great paddle, and they've come out this year with a totally different, you know, offensive skill set and skill set in general that allows them more flexibility and more ability to create more offense, and that keeps Zubori engaged, you know, and allows her to flow. And, you know, it's just a tough team. This is a specifically hard ask, right? You know.
Yes, this is not just playing straight up paddle. This is dealing with something different.
Great shot, and you can see the energy's out of their sails at this point. In that 5-4 game, it's almost like that was the break point game. Had they won that game and it was 5-5, we might still be in that first set at this point. You know, not that far off. We might actually still be at that first set, because then they would have had validation from the defense. They would have continued it on. They would have kept going. It's like the air left the balloon. They had a moment where they had an error or two, but now it's, you know, it's just deflated. And I get it. I've been there. So fantastic match here. 1 point away from match point here for Hanisch Zubori. We got men's semifinals after this, Lauren. So you can be hanging out all night watching some phenomenal paddle. Misses that one, 30-all. We're not there yet.
The other women's semis at 5-all in the second set, so that's still going on.
Flip right over there, and then we'll have men's semifinals after this. And the barbecue will continue here, and the crowd will likely get rowdier and rowdier. All right, break point.
30, 40.
It's never easy to close out a match, Brad.
Never is. There's a great hit there from Rodezno. Good pace. Look at that. Holds it. Waits to see where she's going a little while she's still watching the ball and just pushes it behind. Great shot. Big return from Rodezno. I actually kind of like that. Let it fly at this point.
There's another rip.
Yeah, but it seemed like they were even harder, like really big.
Yeah. Sounded that way.
Yeah. Great roll at the neck, wisely blocked. That looked like it was going right in there. I love it. They got a little life here. They're like, we're not going down. We're champions. Make you win it.
Make them win it.
And strangely, it all happens, though, because they threw in that one fault and then they threw in that one miss, and that gives them a little life. Right, so now Niculescu and Rodezno know that's like what they need. You give me a little life, we'll walk through. You open the door, they're going to walk through it. So right now it's just up to Hanisch and Zubori just not to open the door. All right, we're at deuce here. Not seeing a match point yet. Rodezno thumping drives now. Love it.
Advantage, Hanisch, Zubori.
All right, so we're here at match point now for Hanisch and Zubori, who have played a masterful match here, Lauren.
They certainly have.
And there it is. That is, oh, it's good.
Nope, nope.
I thought it was wide. From my vantage point, that looked wide. All right. And as is fitting, they're trying to close this out with a strategy that's been so good for them today. They one up, one back. Great cuts, good defense. Working that middle. And the ball deep in the court, giving them nothing to work with. And wisely, these guys are just hanging in there. Keep the point going. Hang around.
It's kind of a half cutter.
Yep. I like it, though. Be safe at this point. Takes a little longer, go for it. Finish this right now. I wouldn't want to let Gabby Niculescu hang around. Great down the line lob. Hard one. Used it to great effect today.
Okay,
Hanisch
Hanisch
staying
now
back
staying
now.
back.
Hard over there. Niculescu's got a good strike at that one. Oh, goodness. They save a match point. Niculescu, Rodezno go back into the grind and play a perfect defensive point. Deuce. As we said, we do think that's the best opportunity for them, and it is.
Yeah, and I think Zubori went to the well one too many times there with that second really hard roller.
Yeah, there's a spot where you got to hit it, and that one's flying off the side screen. If she gets the crease, then it's good things can happen, but it just flies. It's a high risk, high reward type of shot. And she got that one thumped by Niculescu. Still has the desired effect of making something happen at least. That'll do.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Advantage, Hanisch.
And she has really worked on that shot. She is also 3 times more confident with her cutter than she has been in the past. Hanisch and Zubori with their second match point here. We got a good close-up there of Hanisch. And we are back to deuce. We didn't see that, but we're back to deuce. All right, see Niculescu just coming in. That's wide or good? I don't think they made the call.
I was out.
She did call it. She's got her finger up, but I didn't hear anything.
Ball was out.
Ball was out, but the question she's going to complain about is that she didn't make the call and that they're just asking the umpire to make the call. She's got kind of a little bit of a point there. It was kind of a half of a call, but she did have her finger out. So either way, let's see where this goes. I'm pretty sure it's going to be match point for Hanisch and Zubori because the umpire is saying that was out. And you can hear Niculescu arguing her point, which is she didn't make the point and she didn't make the call. And she only made the call after she hit the ball in the net. So where are we going with this? Add Hanisch Zubori. Okay, match point number 3. Oh. All right, 3 match points saved.
Good lob.
Great setup, yeah. Great lob drive combination, and you see how good. Oh, that is just a beauty right there. She holds it, shoves it right on the line behind. Match point number 4.
Had no margin for error whatsoever. Perfect shot.
None at all. Right in the crease. Great play. It's a good setup. She's going to hit that. Nicely done. Quickly back in is Zubori. That's great pace. Heavy cut. Going for more. Good defense. But if I'm Niculescu and Rodezno, I want them to have to finish it with the cut winner or something like that. What's the call here? Shoe?
Can you call that?
All right. All right, match point. Is it still match point number 4?
Yeah, it is.
Still number 4. There you go. The last one was a tie. Great leave. Great return. She's going to push that and come in. And there it is. Game, set, and match for Hanisch Zubori. 6-4, 6-1.
It was a treat, Brad, to see 4 champions playing against each other. And Hanisch and Zubori definitely felt like the more seasoned team right now, but it'll be great to see Niculescu and Rodezno back out there.
Yeah, we would love to see more of them, and kudos to all the players out there in the battle of national champions. Hanisch and Zubori come up on top with really just another great performance out there. And good to see Niculescu and Rodezno out there. Stay tuned for men's semifinal round action coming up right after this. Lauren, that was a pleasure.
Thanks, Brad.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
My name is Jose Salazar, and I'm going to give you a tip on how to make your drives more effective. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is that the opponents are waiting for the drive to come to them, and that gives them extra time for the opponents to close and get ready at the net. So my tip for you is to get closer to the bounce so you're not giving them any time. I'm Jose Salazar. I hope you enjoyed this tip and hope to see you soon.